Welcome back to another chapter of Upcycling the American Dream, the story of Hamilton v. Vortic. I'm RT Custer. Make sure that you stay tuned to the end, where I let you know the best way to follow along and see the next chapter. So Kickstarter went well. That was late 2014. Early 2015, we start the process of like, oh crap, now we have to make, I think we sold roughly 60 watches or something like that on Kickstarter.
Sounds right.
And we plan to make all of them within the first 6 months or so. That was the goal. And so we're hoping by summer of 2015, we'd be shipping watches. Mm-hmm. And at some point during there, it's like, okay, by the summer, we'll be in production. We'll have shipped all of our watches from Kickstarter, and we'll have watches to sell. So I'm going to go to the most prominent wristwatch magazine, Watch Time magazine, and take out an ad in the May-June issue and launch the company and say, here's what we do. We take antique American pocket watches, terminated wristwatches. Company's called Vortic. We're based in Colorado. By that time, we'll hopefully have a website and go to vorticwatches.com and, place your order.
Yeah, I mean, if you do that math, you can tell that we were charging a little bit less money back then because we didn't think they would be that expensive and difficult to build.
Yep. We had no concept.
But I remember this ad being everything to us. Mm-hmm. Like, we spent hours on the copy on the ad.
Yep.
We had another guy that was involved in kind of the operations and the higher level of the company. And I remember sitting in that little, what is now a closet in the Innisphere.
Yep.
And really just like, felt like we were doing it for real.
Yep.
Things were happening, and this is a really big opportunity.
And we put the ad out, to do a print magazine, that was months ahead. Mm-hmm. Realized sometime between when we placed the ad and when the ad came out it would have been like mid or late May 2015, that it was going to take us at least a year to actually do the work that we thought we were going to do in 6 months. And so when that ad hit Watch Time magazine in the summer, we still at that point had not shipped a single watch to a single customer.
True.
And when the ad hit newsstands, that has 40 or 50,000 magazines that get printed, every other month. Sometime after that, I can't remember exactly when, but sometime that summer in 2015, I think it was July-ish, we got a cease and desist from the world's largest watch company. Did you get it? Did they make you sign for it? Do you remember?
I think it was just an email.
I can't remember exactly what happened.
I think I just got an email.
I think it might have just been an email, which is so not interesting, but also at the same time, we were just like, I think that's probably why we're like, oh, well, like, we got an email, like, this must be a misunderstanding. Like, I remember sitting down and saying, like, what was it about? And then, you look at the ad now, and obviously 6 years of lawsuit later, and we just happened to pick a Hamilton pocket watch for the Photoshop rendering that we used for that ad.
We picked the best one. It was a 992B. The most famous, best performing, maybe it's a controversial opinion, but probably the best American watch ever made.
Yeah, the railroad pocket watch made by Hamilton, the 992B.
And we thought as such, people responded. We got a lot of calls from people being like, I want one, because that's really a Hamilton 992B. That'd be really cool.
Yep, I want one. I have my grandpa's pocket watch, which was something we started getting a lot at that time. Can you turn my grandpa's pocket watch into a wristwatch? Like, people love the concept.
And I think even just that long ago, print was more important than it is today.
Yeah.
So it was in front of people's faces. It was definitely getting passed around. Lots of people saw it. Lots of people immediately recognized Hamilton 992B.
Yep. And, I think we did the right thing on the ad, and the word Vortic and our brand was, 5 times the size of the word Hamilton. We didn't think about this at all when we made the ad.
Nope.
But like in hindsight, when you look at it, it's clearly a Vortic Watch Company ad selling a Hamilton pocket watch turned into a wristwatch. If you know anything about watches and pocket watches, like that's very evident, but they didn't see it that way. And so we got the cease and desist, forwarded that email to our general attorney at that time, and just the person that helped us with our operating agreement and all of our kind of startup documents. And, I remember having conversations with him, just like, hey, what do we do? And, his opinion was similar to ours of just like, hey, seems like miscommunication.
Let's just talk.
Let's send him an email. Let's start a conversation. Maybe we can explain what this is. And I remember him being fairly nonchalant about it. Like, hey, you guys aren't doing anything wrong. Shouldn't be a problem.
But I mean, if we did anything wrong, there wasn't a disclaimer on that. There was not a legal disclaimer on that advertisement.
Yeah.
It was clear that it was a Vortic advertisement, not a Hamilton advertisement. It was a Vortic watch, not a Hamilton watch. But there was not a clear legal disclaimer on that advertisement. So I think we knew we had done not a perfect job.
For sure. And, we were kids. Like, this is a first company, this is a first ad, we hadn't made a freaking watch yet, what do we know?
We were just out of college. I mean, just moved to a new state, just very excited about starting a new business, in over our heads. And there was a really exciting opportunity.
Yeah.
And
that's what, all of our first volleys of conversations are just like, hey, we're just a couple of guys trying to make this cool watch, still pocket watch inside, like where's the miscommunication here? How can we help? Like,
we just figured there was no way we couldn't explain to them what we do, because it did seem like they were confused about what we did in their communication.
Which is fair.
It seemed like they thought we were making replicas. Yeah. And we agree with them. If we were making replicas, we would be doing something wrong.
For sure, they should have. Yeah,
But so we were like, can we give them royalties? Can we can work something out? Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Not the case.
Sure wasn't.
Thanks for watching another chapter of Upcycling the American Dream. It's important to note that all the viewpoints, stories, and facts shared in these chapters are coming from me, myself, and I, Robert Thomas Custer. They are mine alone and are not shared by Vortic LLC, Vortic Watch Company, and its related parties. For our full legal description and our full legal disclaimer, go to vorticwatches.com/victory. You'll also find at that link a special offer and a link to pre-order our upcoming book. Again, vorticwatches.com/victory.